Alright, all you ghosts and ghouls of the video gaming world, welcome to another soul-stealing edition of the DJ Smokey's Tales from the Disc. And with a title like that, this week's tale of terror comes from the video game none other than Champions of Norath, Return to Arms. So with the approval of a violent society, I think it's time for us to once again pick up sword and shield as we fight against or with the forces of evil as we get ready to paint the ghoulish picture. It was 2 years ago after we got done fighting against the Prince of Hate in a battle that ringed throughout the kingdoms of Norath like no other. We were called back to arms after rumors ran rampant that the Prince of Hate himself was being resurrected from the shards that we once took from his very body. We went to an island that was just off the coast of the Plain of War, and the first person we would run into was a mysterious woman giving us reason of why we should team up with her. She told us that the war we fought against the Prince of Hate was a pointless war because no matter how hard we fought, no power was given to us, no respect, nothing in the end was given to us after defeating the Prince of Hate. And after we heard these rumors, and my sister and I stood and stared at this woman wondering it was okay to team up with this girl to try to resurrect the one creature that we fought so hard to get rid of. But after she told me that after resurrecting the Prince of Hate from his evil grave, I would obtain all the power I ever wanted, I slowly walked toward her and extended my hand in friendship to work alongside of the woman. My sister, reluctant, but shook the hand of the woman as well, as we walked our way through the Plain of War to help out the one man that we went to destroy for well over 2 years. And on the other side of the Plain of War, we would see the woman that we once helped out so many years ago to get rid of the one thing we're now trying to help, telling us, "I know you made the right decision in your mind, but by the end of this all, you too will see the light." And those words would hang with me throughout our entire journey of destruction. No matter where we went, I would remember those words because they would play a key role in our battle across the lands. Because no matter where we went, they couldn't stop us. The power, the suffering, the anger, the hatred, all of it poured out onto that battlefield, and everything that stood in our way slowly but surely learned how to kneel before us or else be destroyed. No matter where it be, the graveyards, the junkyards, or even the high seas, everything was destroyed within our path as we gathered shard after shard to resurrect the Prince of Hate back to his former glory. And after we gathered all those said shards, we realized there was one place we had left to go to complete our evil deeds. And that was to the very gate itself, being watched by one man known as Nathaniel Murr. A holy warrior who was the last line of defense from any form of evil, from trying to fully resurrect the Prince of Hate. Since he knew this day was coming, he trained all his life for this one moment. He was the ultimate line in the sand that wouldn't be crossed by any normal man. But he didn't realize that me or my sister were not normal men. As we approached Nathaniel Murr for combat, we knew right off the bat what sort of fight we were getting ourselves into, but didn't know how bad it was gonna be. And during the battle, one of the most hellacious battles that Norath has ever seen in the fields, Nathaniel Murr would have one vital trick up his sleeve by telling us before the battle, "I shall purify your souls to make you see the light once and for all." And then it happened. Right in the back of my mind, it ringed once again. The same words the girl said in the plane of war ringed back in my head as we began to fight them, and we knew right then and there that we lost. No matter how many times we dodged, no matter how many times we blocked, no matter how many times we fought against this holy crusader, he would hit us and knock a piece of us out, no matter how many times we tried to block it. And ultimately, we would fall right there in the fields with our souls knocked from our bodies, and my sister slack-jawed, looking upon the might of Nathaniel Murr, realizing that there was no way we were going to win. But while my sister was waving that white flag, she didn't realize at that one moment that Nathaniel Murr made the biggest mistake he could possibly make in his life. And that was getting rid of my soul. Because throughout all the conquests and battles that I've fought, throughout the fields, taking people out left and right in my conquest for power, I realized there was one thing holding me back, one thing preventing me from doing the ultimate deed of evil, and that one thing was a soul. So the second time we went to fight against the mighty Nathaniel Murr, and he went to try to take us out with his special soul-like attacks, they were all ineffective. Every single last hit he tried to do to us before didn't have the same fire or hope behind it that it did before. And after a good 3 minutes of laughing at Nathaniel Murr and his attacks, I went on the offensive and took him out within less than 5 minutes. As he was on the ground on his knees begging for mercy and claiming to surrender to the law of the new king who is going to rule over this land, I wasn't buying it for a second. So I decided, in my ultimate wisdom of having not only not a soul but not a conscience in me, to grab the biggest mallet I had in my inventory, hold it high above my head as it eclipsed the sun, as I slowly brought it down onto the head of one Nathaniel Murr in one foul swing, taking his head right off his shoulders. And after taking his head off his shoulders and his blood on his clean white outfit staining the floor, and as it stained me as well, I began to laugh and say, "It is done! It is finally done! Prince of Hate, come to me." And as the shards started to glow, and the body of one Nathaniel Murr that was offered up as a sacrifice for the Prince of Hate himself, he would once again come back to life to rule upon this land with me as its new king. And as I overlooked the land, seeing the fields off in fire, I learned one mighty lesson from helping out the people I fought so hard to try to save, is that sometimes power is suffering. And suffering is a beautiful catalyst for change. And with that, folks, wraps it up for yet another soul-stealing, land-conquering edition of the DJ Smokey's Tales from the Disc. And with that, we'll be back with more right after this. So stay tuned.